What's going on, everybody? It's Falchion with you once again. And once again, we're here for another episode of Borderless Gaming. I screwed things up. And so with me, as always, is Geek Master, who has his mic muted. Say what's
No,
up.
I did it on purpose.
Oh, okay. Okay. And Evil Scotsman, say what's up to the people.
Yo, hope everybody's well, and hope everybody's looking forward to the show.
Geek, you want to talk to the people? I'm just going to leave them hanging.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you feel welcome. Hope you find a home.
Indeed, we do. Hope you find a home. And so,
Welcome, Keisha.
hey, Keisha,
Welcome.
what's going on? I'm hearing an echo off of somebody. And it's got to be you, Geek, because you don't have any headphones. Lord. Happy Sunday to you as well, Keisha. Glad you could make it as you normally do. Hope you are having a happy Sunday. Only got a couple of stories today. Not much happened during the week that I came across. But before that, of course, we're going to get into J Laws today in gaming history. 19 years ago, a very big thing happened for me. I don't know about you guys, but Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell was released, specifically on the GameCube, and that was huge for me. That helped to define who I am as a gamer and what my main focus is where my main focus is as far as gaming goes. This week, Evil and I played Ready or Not, same genre game. So yeah. What about you, Evil? You ever mess with that game?
Yeah, I believe I did. I used to love the Splinter Cell games back in the day. I think that might have been the very first shooting games I might have picked up.
Yeah. I don't think it was the very first one for me, but it was definitely the very first, like, really tactical. Well, maybe not, because I can't remember what came first, Ghost Recon or Splinter Cell. But definitely stealth based. One of the very first stealth based games that I ever messed with. What about you, Geek? I know you played it.
I forget which Splinter Cell you and I played together, but yes, definitely played Splinter Cell, and it was one of the early stealth games, only preceded by Metal Gear Solid.
I was gonna say that I know you were big time into Metal Gear, and actually one of the people that got me into Metal Gear. So I definitely do remember that. Um, that was definitely a very very good, great game, and people have been wanting for years for them to come out with another iteration of the game, and so far nothing. We get little hints of it in, like, Ghost Recon, Wildlands, and wow, it just totally slipped my mind. Breakpoint. We got little hints of Sam Fisher in those games, but no new outright game for a really long time, and that's unfortunate. Geek, you playing anything this week? You play anything this week?
Well, I played Ready or Not. I just wasn't able to get in with you guys.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do remember you mentioning that. Like I said, Eel and I played in and had a good time. I don't know. I'm wanting to ask Evil to bring up that video again, but he may not he may not want that to he may not want that to happen. So we had a really good time, man. That game is super intense and gets even more so when you're playing as a team, because you don't want to let your team down, right? And honestly, we hadn't spoke about it, but Evil, tell me your thoughts on this. I feel like the game ramped up the difficulty with both of us in it.
Yeah, I think it did. I mean, I played a little bit of single player. Did not have a good time in there at all. But yeah, I mean, what I like about Ready or Not is, we obviously had a few failed attempts, but when you restart that to try again, it's never the same when you go back in.
Right.
Like, everything's changed. Everybody's in different places. You never know what's around that next corner, and well, yeah, you really need to communicate, as we probably learned the hard way last night.
For sure, for sure.
Just one, I think, 20 seconds loss of communication, and yeah, bad things happen.
It all goes wrong. Yes, for sure. And that the cool thing, it's a very cool thing that like I'm not sure how to put it. If the game not being on rails is the way to go, because I mean you're in a specific area, right? You can only operate in that area, but if you fail when you restart, like when you hit the restart button, then you don't it doesn't load up the same way like Evil was saying. Everybody's in different positions. Um and so no two games are the same. And I like that personally. Evil had mentioned that he liked it. We're trying to get Geek in, but Geek is always busy and has his mic muted, so I don't know. But yeah, so
Guys, I didn't bring my wired earpiece, so I don't want you to hear an echo.
got you. Oh, so unmute your mic for a second, and I just want to see if I can hear myself. I didn't hear
Because I have
myself.
my speakers playing.
I'm not hearing. Are you hearing me, Evil, through his speakers?
Very, very faintly.
So I got you. I understand what you're saying now, though.
Hey, Keisha. Thank you, Keisha. Same to you.
So let's get. Like I said, it's a short news week for me. I don't know if you guys saw anything that you want to talk about today, but first things is on kind of a lighter note. Plank pointed out to me that Kirby won a Grammy award, and we lost Evil. So not it's not that he himself won, but the music for the game or whatever won a Grammy award. And the reason this is newsworthy, at least and to me, um, is that it kind of shows you that gaming is coming along and really starting to be accepted in the mainstream, whereas bef- before, not too very long ago, we were kind of a fringe group of people, right? And people thought if you were a gamer, you were this person who sat in your mom's basement or whatever, and were completely antisocial outside of gaming or whatever. And that kind of describes me. I mean, I don't live with my mom, but I'm a pretty antisocial person outside of gaming, I guess. But you can't go by me. Don't go by me because that's horrible. But I mean, Geek, what do you think about Kirby winning the music for Kirby winning a Grammy? What's going on, Plank?
It does show the coming of age of video games. You and I have had multiple conversations about the budget of video games, and they rival, other forms of entertainment. Hey, Lady A,
What is going
you
on,
made it,
Lady
Lady A.
A? I'm glad that you can make it today.
Can we get
Uh,
the applause then? Shit.
oh yeah, for sure. Where's the button? That's not it. There it is.
That's for Lady A and Keisha G, who both being here.
Welcome, 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 as Geek would say. Didn't say today. But go ahead, Geek.
So, with the budget of video games rivaling movies and other blockbuster entertainment, I think it's only fitting that, now they're winning awards on that scale.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a good thing for all of us. Where do you stand on it, Evil?
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same. I mean, the amount of money and production that goes into video games, yeah, it's they've obviously got their own awards, but like I'd expect them to start popping up everywhere because in a video game, you're telling stories as well. So yeah, I'd expect to see a lot more awards coming towards video games.
Most definitely. In other news, PlayStation implements a new policy to combat scalpers. Once again, thanks to Plank for pointing this out to me. So this this is for you, Evil. What? So this is stupid. I'm sorry. What Sony plans to do is put an extra sticker on the box. That's how they're gonna deter scalpers, right? So what the plan is it's gonna be this special sticker that people won't be able to remove it fully from the box or won't be able to remove it without leaving a residue on the box that spells out the word sold, so that it can't be advertised on like uh eBay or whatever as new, even though it may not be new. So and this is being implemented in Japan, and so what will happen is the retailer will sell it to you. They will rip off this sticker, which leaves a residue that says it's been sold. And so if it's being scalped, then you can't resell it, or you can't sell it as you can't list it on eBay or any other website as being sold as new because it says it's sold. But do people really care about that? Like, if you're so desperate that you're paying scalpers to get it, all they have to do is explain just as I just explained it to you in there that, hey, when I bought it, they took this sticker off and it left this on here, so I can't say that it's new, but it is brand new in the box, never been opened or whatever. Is this a deterrent? Is this something that you guys think is going to work? What are you thinking, Evil?
That's not going to stop scalping. Putting a sticker on a box is not going to stop scalping because there's too many variables. I mean, people's going to find a way to try and falsify these stickers for a start. It's just like money and everything else. People will find a way to make a fake version.
Right.
And who cares about a sticker on a box? How many times has people voided warranty by ripping a warranty sticker off?
Right.
People are not bothered about it. It's like when you get a new PC, it might come with that little tab across the case to stop you opening it. It'll void the warranty.
Mm-hmm.
How many people listens to that? I know that it's
Right.
one of the very first things that I just rip off because I'm not bothered about it. So I don't see how a sticker is going to stop scalping.
Lady A said that's not helping with scalping, and I agree. Geek, where are you on that? Like, do you see any road where this actually works?
If I already know that I'm buying from a scalper, why do I care that there's a sticker on the box? I want the game. Same as you said, if you're already paying a scalper's price, Do you care that there's a sticker on the box? I want to play the game. I'm paying for it. I got it. And now I'm playing it. And matter
Right.
of fact, it now becomes a conversation piece. Because when I show it to you, Falchion, you're going to know what that sticker means. You're going to be like, dude, you paid a scalper for it. Sure did. Got the game. Day
Right.
one.
So it's kind of a weird thing that I, I don't know what Sony's thinking in many of its dealings as of late, and that kind of bleeds into my personal last story. But I don't know what they're think. What in the world makes them think that just because there's something on the box that says it's already been sold, that's going to deter scalpers? They, I mean, I can just let you know, and that's the thing. I can just let you know that hey, this is what they're doing, but look at it. It's not been open, and if you need me, more often than not, if you're buying it, then you probably kind of want to see what's in the box, right? So you kind of want those pictures or whatever, and so the box is probably going to be open anyways. But wouldn't are they what they didn't mention, and does that mean that so the box comes a PlayStation 5 box comes with an outer sleeve, and I imagine that's where they're gonna have to put this sticker or whatever, because then if not, then the retailer is gonna have to open it to rip this sticker off on the inside on the main box. So it's on this outer box, right? But the inner box still is sealed as well. It has its own little stickers that prove that it hasn't been opened. So all they have to do is say, "Here, look at the inner box. It has not been opened. It's still brand new." And okay, sure, they can't list it as new on on a site or whatever, but it is still new. I don't see
It's still unopened.
yes. So
But
I don't know.
also, it might be, is it as simple as a cultural difference? You're talking about a society based on honor.
Hmm.
So is that enough to deter them? But as an American, we don't we don't care about anything. And if we want to buy it and we know we're going to a scalper, that sticker means nothing to us.
I mean, I might be a little bit jealous that I didn't get the sticker because, like over in Europe, they get stickers for everything. This is a joke between me and when the Xbox ones came out over in Europe, they got cool Xbox stickers. Over here, we didn't get those stickers, and we used to joke about that all the Evil and I used to joke about that all the time. So yeah,
I've
but
still got that sticker somewhere. Somewhere I've got that.
I'm sure you do. It's just one day it's just gonna pop up on stream. Remember this? No, I don't remember it because I never got one. But it so that kind of goes to like the mindset of Sony these days, which seems kind of weird. Like they don't they're too big for their britches, I guess. I don't know. Next story is Sony's PlayStation in trouble? So I have seen So what I've seen mostly this week is about this story about Sony PlayStation being in trouble just for their practices and the way they're doing things, and they seem to have forgotten. And I think actually, Evil, we talked earlier this week about something where so we'll all remember when that E3 when or around that E3 when Sony was like how gave instructions on how you trade games, right, and then
Yeah.
so this time around I can't, do you remember Evil what it was that Microsoft did like recently that was a similar thing?
It was a dig at the PlayStation Plus subscription,
Right,
saying that if you want to play day one games, come to Xbox Game Pass subscription.
right. So this time around, it seems like Sony is just kind of blind to the optics of how to appeal to not their customers, because I understand they feel like their customers are locked in, but that's not enough. That's never going to be enough. If you're in that kind of a retail business, the customers that you already have aren't enough. You're going to need to bring in more customers. And right now, the way Sony is presenting itself and its products is doing more to push their customers to Microsoft rather than bringing them into PlayStation or whatever. And so people are saying that PlayStation is in trouble. What geek? What do you think? I mean, honestly, what is your opinion? Is PlayStation in trouble?
Definitely not in trouble. I play PlayStation. If I want to play a PlayStation game, I'm going to play a PlayStation game. Um, that that Sony Plus is not gonna deter me. I may not subscribe to that subscription service, but I'm still gonna play a PlayStation game. And they've been making money all of this time selling games, so I don't see that going away. I'm not gonna turn my PlayStation back in because I don't like the terms of the subscription service.
Right.
So I don't see anything that's going to hurt them. And it's not that they can't pivot from this. They're trying something and they don't want to bastardize the new game sales.
Right.
And if they're still maintaining their level of game sales, then they're fine. If it hurts them, then they can turn around and say, you know what? We are going to put day one games into the service. But I don't see it killing them off.
Evil, do you think that the way Sony is handling things, and not even just this new PlayStation Plus service, but just in general, the way they're handling things, do you think it's going to hurt them in a way? At least, I mean, do you think it's going to kill their player base? Do you think it's going to scratch in any way, damage their player base?
It's a tough one. I mean, you've obviously going to have your PlayStation fans that have been there for a long time. They're not going to shift. They may dip their toe in the water because it's obviously a lot easier to come across to the Xbox ecosystem. PlayStation, I don't know, they just seem to be making some wrong choices. I mean, they did get a little bit of hate that I've seen through the week from the PlayStation Plus they announced for the changes for it. I'm still of the opinion PlayStation has the wrong man in the top seat. They've got a businessman sitting in the top seat that doesn't really care about the gamer as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
I think they could do with getting a gamer in that seat and actually listen to the PlayStation fans. I think that would be a huge step up.
And I'll be honest with you, I would not have understood your statement until Microsoft put a gamer at the head of their gaming division, right? I would have thought that a businessman runs a business and this is a business, but it is very clear to me now that a gamer who is a businessman running a gaming business is the only way to go, because now you've got somebody in that seat as you say, who understands me, a gamer. I'm not a businessman. I don't understand the business moves that you're making. Honestly, I probably don't care about most of them. I just want you to provide me with the best things that I pay for, right? As far as gaming goes. And so I agree, Jim Ryan is not the person to be, at the very least, he's not the person to be the public face, right? You need a gamer, but you need somebody that he's going to be willing to listen to when it comes to gaming matters. And right now, I get it. He's trying to make PlayStation money. He's trying to keep them viable, but PlayStation is already viable. PlayStation is already at the top, but when you're at the top, right, you got to keep that hunger. And that's the problem that I'm seeing. It feels like PlayStation is losing that hunger. They feel like they've got it all and they can just coast now on their past deeds, but their past deeds are not, in my opinion, simply not enough. I mean, where do you stand on that, Geek?
I agree. I think that the moves that they're making, I'm not understanding the business, even the business case for it. Video games is about game sales.
Hey,
Good
Kimberly.
evening, Tim.
Evening.
You finally made it. Welcome home.
Hey, she did her thing.
Don't support that.
Yeah, I gotta support it.
So they finally they're making bad business decisions, and I hope that it costs them money. I hope that this is a learning experience so that they change course and they bring gamers better options.
And see, these bad business decisions are probably great business decisions outside of gaming for other businesses. But right now, you got your main competition who has to come up, right? Because they made the same bad decisions that you're making now last generation, right? So now you're sitting on your laurels thinking, okay, we got them last time. We can just coast through this time. Wow, they got a new guy in. They are making all the right decisions as far as gamers go. Now, I'm not sure how this all looks on from a strictly business man's point of view. Like if you would be doing this if you were in some other business. But right now, what and I cannot think of who's the head of Xbox, please. I cannot think of
Phil
his
Spencer?
name. Thank you.
Self-serve, yeah.
I could not get his name for some reason. In Phil Spencer, you have a person who is catering enough, right? Maybe not totally. I don't think you can, and I don't think you would want to, because I am notorious for saying gamers do not really know what we want. We think we want something until we get it, and we find out it's not exactly what we believed it to be, and then we're mad, right? Happens all the time. But Phil Spencer, being a gamer and being a businessman, really understands how to steer the ship, and he's steering it in the right direction. He's steering it so much in the right direction that you see videos. I don't know about you guys, but I've seen a lot of videos of different people saying they've gone from the PlayStation to the Xbox just because of the way um, Xbox is handling Game Pass, right? Just Game Pass alone. And so I can understand that PlayStation is not maybe financially in the position that Microsoft is in or Xbox is in, with where right now Microsoft is really heavily backing the Xbox, right? Their gaming division, where maybe Sony's not backing PlayStation as heavily as Microsoft is backing Xbox. But that being said, if you come up with a service that is meant to compete with this service, that's meant to bring people over, but the only people that are praising your move are the people that you already have, then how does that help you? How does that bring you in more money if the only people happy about it are the people that you already have that's already giving you money, right? They may
Okay,
be
guys,
though.
you I understand how we feel, but are you looking at this from the numbers standpoint?
No, no, I don't really know the numbers, and I don't know that I care about the numbers. I want what I want out of it, and that sounds really selfish, and I don't mean it to be. I want them both. I want everybody to succeed in this, but while everybody is succeeding, what you could be doing for me, as your competitor has already proven, you're deciding not to do because maybe you
Okay.
think you can go.
I agree with what you're saying on that level, but from a numbers standpoint, PlayStation is not losing. Currently, well, as of February of this year, of 2022, PlayStation has made 4 billion in game sales.
Hmm.
Game only sales. As far as system PS5 sales, they have made 24.87 billion to the calendar year compared to Microsoft's 16.28 billion,
Right.
Nintendo's 15.3 billion.
So,
So again, they're in a weird position, and that was before this PlayStation Plus release. So they have room to try things and see how the market reacts.
okay, so
And that's only from a numbers standpoint.
tell me something. As a gamer who games on everything, who doesn't care about the console wars, but I imagine you want the most for your money that you can get. Are you willing to invest in PlayStation Plus Premium?
No,
No. It doesn't provide anything for you, right?
correct.
And worst comes to worst, you as a gamer have the equipment to go back and play PlayStation 3 games, right? Now, you
Yes,
may not have a PS2 anymore. You may not have a PS1 anymore, but you still have your PS. At the PS3 era, right, is when we got to the point where most people got to the point. I was already there. I'm not gonna lie, but most people got to the point where they started holding on to consoles, right? Stop trading them in to get the next console, right? So most people who had a PlayStation already, um, PlayStation 3 held on to it. What's going on, J Law? Glad you could make it. It's been a minute, bro. Glad you could stop by and grace us with your presence as we talk about PlayStation. I guess that's what it takes. It takes talking about PlayStation for you to come in, right? But and of course he says Elden Ring, his new love. He just hit new game. He just moved over to New Game Plus. big balling over there. So, but blame Elden Ring. um, so you're not willing as a gamer who games on everything, who wants the best. You're not willing to spend the, let's call it 120 a month or a year for the premium subscription service. Are you willing to pay for the mid-tier service to where you get access to older PlayStation 4 and 5 games, but no day
The
and date?
mid tier, yes.
You are willing to buy into that.
That's as far as I'm willing to go.
All right. Then you're better than me. I'm not willing to go there because those games I have, right? Especially the PlayStation 5. You already stocked up on PlayStation, unless you don't have one, right? You already stocked up on these PlayStation 5 games. And I guess looking at it now, it kind of does make sense because a lot of people don't have a PlayStation 5 and they'll be getting it and maybe they'll get this mid-tier service and then they have easy access to games that they didn't have access to. See, Lady Ace, and I agree with you, Lady A. First tier is where I stop, right? Neither of these other two tiers brings anything for me. And I think a lot of people are in that boat. So, I mean, I don't know. And then like this whole scalping thing, a sticker, that's your answer? A sticker on the outside box. You think that's gonna stop scalping?
You know what that's going to cause? That's going to cause scalpers selling the old boxes.
Right? Or all of a sudden now you have a collector's item because people that got PlayStations before will have to go out and buy a whole new PlayStation to be able to get the new cool sold sticker on their box or whatever. I don't think so. I don't think PlayStation is in trouble. I think it's foolish to think that they're in any kind of trouble. There's never ever going to be a situation where, I mean, unless they just really do something crazy, extravagant, stupid, there's never going to be a situation where they lose their fan base, or they lose, or they don't make they don't bring in more people because they absolutely have the games that if you want to play Spider-Man, God of War, Wolverine that's coming up, they have IP that you can only play on PlayStation, and the only thing is, I mean, you can wait a while, and it seems like these things are going to be going to PC at some point, but that kind of ties in with the whole aspect of these tiers. So as these games get moved over onto these tiers, as they become older and they get moved to the PC, it's pretty much all the same and a, a better way that they can make money. But if they had something like day and date, then all of a sudden I'm interested, and I think most people feel the same way. All of a sudden, if I can get all these games brand new for the price of a subscription, like I'm already doing, then I'm going there. But I have to admit that, I was talking to actually J Law's cousin, Vic, who is really interested in these. I can see from somebody who only has ever messed with PlayStation, who has no taste of Xbox's Game Pass, I can see where it would be appealing because all of a sudden they're getting to mess with all these games and it's not like anything that they've ever had before. So yeah, I don't think Sony's in trouble. I don't know why people are trying to report them as being in trouble. Yeah, they're making some questionable decisions and they're trying to compete by bringing less, right? Like they're bringing a knife to a gunfight, I guess. And if you look at it as this competing against this, they're gonna lose this, but they're not in trouble. They're not. They're PlayStation isn't gonna suddenly fail because of this. And so, yeah, if you think Sony is in trouble, then you're sadly mistaken, and you just really kind of need to look at their fan base just alone. Like their hardcore fan base alone is enough to probably float them for a very long time. But that's not what a business is about. A business is about continuing to forge ahead, and they definitely need to do that. But like you said, Geek, they are notorious for changing course rather suddenly and being very successful at it. So yeah, I don't know. That's it for that's all that I have. You guys have anything?
Well, I do.
Well, that's great. What do you got for us, Geek?
I want to thank Falchion for sending me a video over. Well, it didn't tell me much, but thank you for sending the video over for the day before.
Oh
I
yeah,
did.
that's right. I did see that this week.
You sent that over to me. I took a look at it, and it confirmed that there's no news, no new news about the day before. And I'm kind of wondering why, with the release date still being reported on Steam as June 21st. So that
So,
window for any new news is slowly closing.
and then so the thought was we would be getting something at E3, but E3 is canceled.
Right.
Um, who's pick? I guess Jeff Keighley is the only thing evil. Who do you think is picking up? Who's picking up the banner for the PC guys and what's coming in the pipeline? Because Microsoft is going to have their thing, Sony's going to have their thing. Each individual little or each individual developer, a lot of them are going to have their own things promoting their games. But this is a small indie developer. Who's picking up the banner for them? Who's going to be announcing their games on stage? Especially if it's not coming to something like Micro or PlayStation or Xbox.
I think with E3 out the picture, I mean, normally you would have the PC gaming show. That
Okay.
normally showed off a lot of upcoming PC games, whether it be big entries in the PC or even indie gamers were shown off there. Yeah, without E3, I mean, yeah, where do they go? They're going to. I think Geek touched on it last week about. I think we're going to be missing a lot of information about a lot of games not having a platform such as E3 this year. It's going to be very easy to miss probably a very clinical key piece of information about a release coming up. And the next thing you're going to hear is the game's been launched. It's unfortunate.
I'm not 100% mad about that, right? Because I think about Elden Ring, whose game was announced long in advance, and I think about my friend Eric who died, who wanted that game more than anything, and then died just before it came out. And I
Oh,
don't
wow.
want games to be. I appreciate it. I don't want games to be announced so far in advance anymore. You know, it's it becomes devastating to people, I think, and they become so focused and so angry, that like this game, if they delay it at this point, we're so close, right? If they
Yeah.
delay the day before at this point, it's going to be a severe hit to them. And the weird thing is, they put out another game because I watched that video. They put out another game on Steam, and everything that they're talking about is this other game, which is, from what I understand, good but not great. It's getting mixed reviews on Steam. And even so on there, the video was saying that on their Twitter and everything for the day before, they're talking about this other game, and it just goes to show you this other game. I can't even remember the name of it. So it's I don't get it, but hopefully they have something
Was it
in hand, something planned.
was it Prop Night they released?
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
That was it. And that's their focus, and maybe that should be their focus. I mean, it's a newly really no, it shouldn't. I can't even defend them. I want to defend them, but no, you got this game. You announced this game that looks like it's going to be the game we all thought we were going to get in The Division or in The Last of Us, right? This brings all those games together that we really want and puts it in one game, and it's exciting, and what you've shown is looked great, and if it works as advertised, is, like I said, everything that we want. And then now you go radio silent, and you're still radio silent months, just a couple of months before it's supposed to release. So what's the deal? That's the kind of thing that makes you nervous. That's the kind of thing that makes you think it's on the verge of being delayed. But if you're gonna announce a delay, you should have done it by now. It's way too close. In my opinion, you should have done it by now.
The closer we get to the projected release date that they delay this game, the farther it falls off my radar.
Right.
No. I'd have to say I'd agree with that, because I'd done the same way with Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk really that game got to me. It was hyped to be something that just got delayed and delayed and delayed,
Mhm.
and eventually that was unfortunately a game that just completely fell off my radar.
Right. Got you. But yeah, so I guess the news on the day before is that there still is no news. Oh, you got anything?
No, it's been a quiet week, I think.
It absolutely has. Actually, I'm gonna give you something that you just put on my radar just before the show. World War III.
Ah, yes. I can't really say much on that because I've not actually played it yet, but that might be the battlefield we're all looking for. World War III, it looks like a battlefield type multiplayer game, first person shooter. With what I've seen of the videos, it honestly just looks like Battlefield. I'd say it'd go back to Battlefield 3 and 4
Right.
when the games were good. It kind of looks like it's Conquest. You go and capture the flags. It's all out warfare. You've got vehicles. You've got lots of different weapons in it. It's very cheap to pick up right now in early access, and I believe it's going to be free to play when it gets to full release. So, yeah, that could be a game to keep an eye on. Especially, I mean, we all know the story with Battlefield 2042. It just seems
Right.
to have fell off the cliff. I'm not actually hearing anything about Battlefield anymore. That's how far it's dropped.
Right.
So, a game like this, and if it's going to go free to play, this could be where the Battlefield players that were so eager for a really good game this year, they might fall into the World War III.
So I got to look it up just before we went live, and it looks really good. It's $15 US on Steam, and from what I saw, it looked good. Now I didn't have a chance to like read through the reviews and anything, but just looking at the video of it, it looked really good, really interesting. The only thing I'd be worried about or kind of wonder about is can I use my can I use my controller with it? Because man, I learned I'm really bad with a mouse and keyboard playing Ready or Not. So, but no, but yeah, I appreciate you turning me on to that, and I'm definitely interested in that. And if you're a first person shooter, World War III on Steam, check it out. $15 US, and Evil said, I almost called you by your real name. Like Evil said, it looks to be something that would easily replace um, Battlefield 2042.
I think the only other thing
Geek
that
has a
caught
question.
my eye this week is a new Tomb Raider game. I've seen something about a new Tomb Raider game. It's
So
going
that
to be running on Unreal 5 engine.
I did see that, and I'm excited. I'm excited about Unreal in the first place. Unreal 5 in the first place. That demo of the Matrix that came out earlier this year just really blew my mind. Seeing what they can do, and so yeah, Tomb Raider, a game right? You know the game, but all of a sudden it's looking like that, like cinematic, like live action. I'm excited for that. Geek, any games you're looking for as you ask Keisha and Lady A what games they're looking forward to
It's a
outside
game
of
that the day before.
yeah.
It's a game that's already out. I haven't played it yet. I'm looking forward to playing Horizon first Zero Dawn and then playing Forbidden West.
Oh, so you haven't even played Zero Dawn yet, huh?
I have not.
I highly recommend it. I haven't played Forbidden West yet either. Definitely one that I'm looking forward to getting into, but kind of like J Law, Elden Ring was able to shift my perspective on things that I wanted to do, and I got caught up in it for a hot minute there. So yeah, I can understand that whole thing, but I'm expecting great things out of that game, and I've heard great things from people that have played it. Lady A says she's not looking forward to anything at the moment. She still has games that she hasn't finished, so her back catalog is full. You can't get in there, geek. Her dance card is full. She said no.
But I can always catch her on Destiny.
That's true. That's true. If you jump in there with her.
I actually had a game session with Lady A and Mr. Mayhem. That was last week, but
Oh, nice.
I'm looking to do it again.
Keisha says there's nothing on her radar at the moment as well. We all know that she's pretty upset right now with the whole stream deck not
She's not
being
upset. She's over it. She's like, that thing is out. It doesn't play Destiny. It's out of
right.
here.
Lady A says she still wants to get GT7. I'm with you on that, Lady A. Actually, Evil, I did want to ask you, and I guess I'm kind of putting you on the spot, asking you now if you'd be interested in doing a race game episode where we go through and look at some of the more popular racing games, because it's starting to blow up. Racing titles are really starting to blow up right now, and I'm interested in knowing what people have to say. And Lady A, believe it or not, is an avid racer, and I'd like to get her opinion on some stuff as well. J Law
Yeah.
that says he's looking forward to the Batman game. He can't remember the actual. I think it's called Batman something Knights, not Arkham Knights, but What is it called?
While you
But I
think
know
of
what you're
that,
talking about.
could you hit the sound for me, please?
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me do that. Did you hear that?
I heard nothing.
Oh, wow. So I don't know how it works then. That's crazy. Let me try this. Nope, that didn't work. Wow. So I actually did what you told me to do, and I went through and got voice mods.
You
Now?
see, people, this no
Nothing.
heard nothing. You see, people, this is how Falchion tries to cancel Geekmaster's sound to
Well,
denote.
here.
Thank you.
I actually got a better sound, but I don't know why it's not playing. There's something I'm missing in the
What good
setup.
is a better sound that you can't hear?
That's true. I can't even argue with you about
Falchion, are
that.
you putting a Sony sticker on my sounds?
Apparently. But maybe it's just called Batman Knights. No, that doesn't even make sense. But it's a Batman game where you can either play as all of Batman's little sidekicks, but not as Batman. So there's like Batgirl, Nightwing, and two more that I can't remember the name of right now. But I'm also looking forward to that J-Law, as well as the Suicide Squad game.
So
That is
Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights. That's what it is. Thank you, sir.
Coming October 25th.
Right. That's a game that got pushed as well. But you know, and I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand games being pushed, but you know, there's a window for that, and I think that the day before is outside that window at this point, and they really do need to um, get it out. And but that being said, you don't want them to get it out in a way that it doesn't work. So who knows? Man, I'm really disappointed that the sound didn't work. That does not what I meant to do. I'll have to work. I'll have to try and figure that out. I don't know how to. I'm so mad. But yeah, if Red Hood, Nightwing, Robin. That's a. How did I not think of a Robin? Yeah, and Batgirl. That's crazy. But yeah, that looks like it's going to be a real good game, really good game, and I believe that it can be up to a 4-person co-op. So anybody interested in that? There you go. But yeah, that's all I have. If you guys don't have anything else,
No, sir.
No, and I'm all for something to do with racing games and stuff. If you want to look at that, because there's a lot scheduled for this year.
yeah, and that's it's kind of surprising. So that's why I thought that would be something good, and always trying to get geek into. Believe it or not, I got geek into racing with maybe even with us, Evil, on Gran Turismo 7, I think it was, for a minute, right? And then he was just like, no more. So, and then playing, come in with the last minute, got them Knights. But yeah, definitely looks like a good game. But so maybe we get them excited, a little bit excited about racing. If we can get them into this discussion that we should have at some point, because we are racers. For those of you guys that don't know, Evil actually runs a racing league called Max Speed Racing, and they race every Tuesday night at, trying to do the conversions for myself, at 4 o'clock Eastern time. So there's always that. Although, and I was gonna say, if you're looking to race, but full grid now, right?
Yeah, I believe we do have a full grid, so it's looking good.
So if you're interested in racing, that's something you can look forward to. A full grid is always exciting. There's always going to be a little bit of bashing, and a lot of fighting all the way through from the front to the back. So if you liked it before, you're gonna love it now. But yeah, that's all I have. Geek, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Where can they find you?
At GKMSTR space NYC on Xbox. Oh no, yeah, on Xbox. GKMSTR NYC, and then PlayStation, Twitch, Steam, Discord. You can find me at GKMSTR. On Uplay, it's Geekmaster NYC, fully spelled out. I keep saying Wednesday Wise, but Jane come lately, Kimberly, has been holding this up. Nah, actually, it was my fault this week because I was at work. But we're looking to make a comeback.
You keep that Wednesday Wise in your mouth. Don't. I'm not gonna say that. But Evil, where can the people find you?
You could find me on Steam, Xbox, and Twitch as Evil Scotsman, swapping the O and the I for a 0 and a 1. Discord's just Evil Scotsman. Same with YouTube, that's just Evil Scotsman. And go on over and give Tweety Pie a follow on Twitch, TweetyPie94, and show her some love as well.
There you go. Don't forget Tweety Pie. And let's not forget that Plank can be found on Twitch as Plank GJE. Steam, he's PJ Danger. On Discord, he's Plank. On Instagram, he's Plank909. Pokemon Go, he's 591431. There's some other numbers that ran off the screen before I could catch them.
And Falchion, where can the people find you?
I am on PlayStation, Twitch, and Steam. You can find me as I'm Falchion757. On the Xbox, Falchion GSA. And you already know where to find me on YouTube, right here at Borderless Gaming GSA. We want to thank you guys for hanging out with us once again. Geek, we almost hit the time, but you have to give me some credit for that. We almost hit it. J-Law wants to know that you can find him on Elden Ring at J-Law. I'm getting my butt kicked everywhere I go. Sorry. No, no, he's actually doing really good on Elden Ring. We were on together last night or the night before or something, and he really helped me out with some stuff on there. So yeah, you can find J-Law on Elden Ring at I am McLovin on the PlayStation. See, I'm more happy to promote you, bro. So yeah, with all that being said, for Evil Scotsman and Geekmaster, I'm Falchion, and you know me. I'm Ghost. 2 fingers is peace. Later.
Episode 48 is in the can.
I was wondering if you were gonna remember.
And guys,